Back with another video. Alright, now I'm playing 2K. And I'm just shooting around right now because I'm about to start another game. And like last game we played and the score was 122 to 110. We beat it was a Timberland. So I'm about to play another game, and try to play the game again. And right now I'm just about to play the game. And
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
All I'm worried about right now is Kyrie Irving. That's all I'm saying. LeBron just trash. That's all I'm saying. And
the Raptors look to take charge at the Air Canada Centre here in downtown Toronto. A good game here would get this road trip started confidently for the Cavaliers. Well, they come into every
day.
Known as Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Corey Joseph's checked in for Ross. And Freak subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. On the court for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Mozgov. And it's Dellavedova in at the point. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
Yes, Kevin, he told me that when you're playing against a team that can finish inside as efficiently as this team does, they don't want to allow any looks easily on the interior. He said if they can limit them in that department, they'll be in good shape.
And thank you for that, Doris. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, Channing Frye signed a 4-year, $32 million contract in 2014. And in the very first leg of that contract, promptly had his worst season in 5 years. In fact, he even lost his starting job along the way.
We're talking about Channing Frye last year. The 3-point shot still there for the second straight season, Greg. He hit the second most threes among power forwards again, landing and back at Kevin Love.
Yeah, and offensively fine, but that defense, Kevin, was not there. And Frye was neither quick enough or aggressive enough to stop anyone. And you know he has the talent. It's up to him. He's got to dig a little deeper if he really wants to realize his potential.
And now the Cavaliers. Fast break, and he gets it to go. Dellavedova's got his first basket. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Griffin goes in. Again, Toronto.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Well, we know that Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
Griffin can't get it to go in.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Scola uses the glass to finish the layup. Scola's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. Love the aggressive attitude. I mean, no invitation needed for him to take it strong to the basket.
Cleveland leading by 4. In the corner, it's James. Takes the 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And it's 9 points for LeBron.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
And Cleveland making a change here. Smith has checked in. They grab their own miss. Mozgov dishes to Smith. Nice open look, but it's no good.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friend.
Bubba, I gotta do something. It's so big.
To get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Hornets.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
That one goes. Count it. 12 points for Freak.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Feeds it to Biyombo. Powell kicks to Joseph. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Griffin. Kept alive. Here's Biyombo.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been.
And DeMar DeRozan, the star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention. Griffin's checked in for Toronto. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. So on the floor for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Tristan Thompson. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Love in at the 4 spot.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not.
Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. they wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Here's Griffin. Another miss by Griffin.
Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Fires for three. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
DeRozan passes to Griffin. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
The pass to Dellavedova. Cleveland gets it back. Love dishes to Thompson.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And before you now are the rookies on a roll. The hottest shooters in the last 10 games. Freak is second. A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for Ross. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Cleveland also making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And James subbed in for Shumpert. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. No reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. And Toronto has possession, down by 12. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? It was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Outside Griffin. Pass to Powell. Griffin attacking. He kicks to Biyombo to the wing right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Joseph, that's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
From 12 feet out, and he slams it one-handed.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
They get it back, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Timberwolves just played phenomenal. He finished with 22 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. A truly dominating game from him in what was hopefully a sign of things to come. At least that's how the franchise is thinking, guys.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
Dellavedova kicks to Irving. Powell pulls it in. Raptors trail by 21. Mozgov with the steal. Now Cleveland moving it up. LeBron is running. And that one's good, Irving.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
And there's a minute 45 left now here in the second. Griffin attacking. Six to shoot. They need this one. Cavaliers with the rebound. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
And that really was the difference. I mean, it requires a ton of
See you. Make sure you like and subscribe.